At 91, do you know about the heartbreaking tragic life of Carol Burnett? What really happened to her? Inside her sad life that you don't know. The Carol Burnett Show remains one of the most beloved and fondly remembered TV series of the 1960s and 1970s. While star Carol Burnett has carved out an indelible spot in the pantheon of the funniest comedic presences of the 20th century. A primetime staple for more than a decade, Burnett's one-hour variety show leaned heavily into sketch comedy, showcasing its star's gift for impersonations and physical comedy to enjoy an impressive 11-season run on CBS. The television icon, who celebrated her 89th birthday in April 2022, has earned scads of accolades over the course of her career. While Burnett's millions of fans tuned in so she could make them laugh, behind her innate gift for comedy lurked an underlying sadness that few, certainly not the viewers who watched each week, could have imagined. Beginning with a childhood steeped in tragedy, sadness is something that Burnett could never escape, regardless of how much wealth, fame and success she managed to achieve. The cliché of the sad clown who laughs on the outside while crying on the inside holds more than a little truth when it comes to this multi-talented actor, comedian, playwright, and author. For more insight, keep on reading for an even deeper look inside Carol Burnett's sad life. Carol Burnett's parents both died in their 40s. Carol Burnett lost both her parents when she was still a young woman. Mama and Daddy both died when they were 46, she told UPI. It wasn't until later in life, she admitted, that she could accept that their alcoholism had nothing to do with me, I didn't cause it. In her autobiography This Time Together, Laughter and Reflection, Burnett wrote of visiting her father to say goodbye before she left for New York City to pursue her showbiz dreams. He was in a cot in a charity hospital suffering from tuberculosis aggravated by years of drinking, she wrote. Before she left, he asked her to save him a ticket for her first Broadway show. Sadly, he didn't live long enough to see his daughter's success. He died shortly after I got to New York, she wrote. Once she arrived in the Big Apple, success came quickly. According to People, it wasn't long before the plucky performer landed an attention-getting role on TV's The Gary Moore Show and then the lead role in Broadway hit Once Upon a Mattress, with CBS eventually signing her to an unprecedented deal that resulted in The Carol Burnett Show. Carol Burnett was raised by her impoverished grandmother, when Carol Burnett, her younger half-sister Chrissy, and their grandmother, Mabel White, whom she called Nanny, relocated to LA. Noted People, they all lived together in a tiny studio apartment in a building called the Hollywood Arms. As Burnett told UPI, their dire circumstances didn't seem all that different from those of everyone else she knew. Then, all my friends had something like my life, she explained, pointing out that most everybody in that neighborhood was on relief. It was the Depression. She recalled thinking that society was divided into two kinds of people, us and the people in the movies. I didn't know anybody in between. Going to the movies, she revealed in an interview with Maclean's, was Nanny's one indulgence, and one that gave the youngster a sense of purpose. Although we were on welfare, whatever money we could save, Nanny and I would go to the movies, she said. Her fond memories of going to the cinema with her grandmother also came up in the aforementioned People interview. I think those movies may be what did it for me, an imprint on a young mind and a young girl growing up that everything's possible, she told the outlet. You can be happy. Alcoholism marred Carol Burnett's childhood. Carol Burnett was born in 1933 in San Antonio, Texas, during the Great Depression. A few years after Burnett's birth, her parents, Joseph and Ina Louise Burnett, headed west to Los Angeles in search of a better life. My parents came to Hollywood from Texas, and left me there with my grandmother. They were hoping that they were going to strike it big out here in Hollywood, she recalled in an interview with NPR. And then they divorced. And so my grandmother and I followed my mother out to Hollywood in 1940. As Burnett recalled in her 2011 autobiography This Time Together, Laughter and Reflection, her parents were big drinkers and low earners. He had a drinking problem, but he was a good-natured drunk, Burnett wrote of her father. Since he wasn't sober long enough to hold down a steady job, the family was forced to rely on government assistance to get by. It was not a pleasant childhood, Burnett told UPI in 1986, but admitted there were many who had it worse than she did. There are some that were happier and some that have been really miserable, she explained. Mine was not miserable. After they started to rebuild, Carol Burnett's daughter died. After her daughter Carrie Hamilton got sober, Carol Burnett told People, we started bonding. We wound up working together, writing a play together. We worked together in 3 shows. Meanwhile, Hamilton pursued her own career as an actor and writer, amassing screen credits including such TV series as Fame and Beverly Hills, 90210, and a starring role in the feature film Tokyo Pop. Eventually, Burnett and her daughter teamed up to write a play. An adaptation of Burnett's memoir One More Time, Hollywood Arms is based on her upbringing in her grandmother's studio apartment. Before the play premiered at Goodman Theatre in Chicago in spring 2002, tragedy struck when Hamilton was diagnosed with lung cancer. She died in January 2002 at age 38. As Burnett explained in an interview with Fox News, she learned a valuable lesson about life by watching her daughter in her final days. When she was in the hospital the last time, one of the nurses came up to me in the hall and said, "Carrie just cheers us up when we go in the room." And I asked Carrie, "How can you be so cheerful?" And Carrie said, "Every day I wake up and decide today I'm going to love my life," said Burnett. Carol Burnett shares a hilarious and refreshing take on turning 91. Year 90, for Carol Burnett, has been just as eventful as the previous 89. Largely because the actress-comedian is still working. Her latest gig is a starring role in Apple TV+'s Palm Royale, and her approach to potentially turning 91 on set is both hilarious and refreshing. "I'm just happy to be working and that I've got all my parts," as she told Extra TV at the show's premiere event. "I have my hips and my knees, and I think my brain," as she continued, jokingly. "So as long as I can keep that up and work, then I want to work. That's why," she told Extra TV, she hopes there's a second season of Palm Royale, a 1960s comedy drama about a Florida high society. "Then that'll keep me working, which I like," she said. "Yes, as long as I have fun, and that's what I want." So, when she was asked to do the show, which also stars Kristen Wiig and Ricky Martin, her answer was a no-brainer. "When they called me about doing it, I didn't even have to read a script," as she explained. "I said, I'm in, because of who I would be working with, and that was it. And then I read the script and that was the icing on the cake." The Carol Burnett Show star will turn 91 on April 26. Her 90th birthday was a monumental event, culminated by a star-studded 2-hour NBC special titled Carol Burnett. 90 years of laughter plus love, so it'll be hard to top. "It was just lovely," Burnett recalled of the night to the Daily Beast. "I got a little teary-eyed. I think I am one of the luckiest broads in the world." At the time, she reflected on the milestone to people. "I can't wrap my head around it," she said. "I still feel like I'm about 11, but I'm amazed. It sure went fast." So viewers, please like this video and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.